What's up, YouTube? So in the last video I mentioned we were going to have an update on D150, and that's what this video is about. And also be getting something else. I'll show you that later on in the video. But what's going on with the truck right now is I was driving it and I was doing a full throttle pass. I was just seeing how everything was looking as far as the AFRs and everything with my wideband. And I noticed there was a smoke coming out of the tailpipe, which is not good. And I couldn't really tell what color it was. It wasn't that dark. Like it's kind of hazy, so all I knew was there was smoke coming out. So I was real easy on it. Drove it back home, and once we got home, I popped the hood on it, and I noticed there was some fumes coming out of the breather on the valve cover. So we got something going on there, and then it was just kind of puffing like it was compression or something going through the crankcase, or it was like it was compression going by the rings or something. But anyway, in the dipstick tube there was oil coming out of that, so we definitely got some crankcase pressure. And I haven't looked into it yet on what exactly is going on with that, but we'll have to check that out today. And what I'm going to do is do a compression check on all the cylinders, and I'm going to show you all that. I got this GoPro now, so hopefully it'll make it a little easier making these videos. And bear with me because I'm still learning the ins and outs on this thing. So if there's some weird stuff going on in these videos, it's probably me just not knowing what I'm doing. But anyway, once I figure out which cylinders are low on compression, if they are, then I also got this, which is used for, it's got a little camera on the end of it for checking stuff out. We're going to stick that in the spark plug hole, and if we see anything, then we'll go from there. But hopefully there's nothing majorly wrong with it. I'll show y'all kind of what it looks like on this camera. And I got a little headset thing I'm going to try to stick on my head so y'all can kind of see as I'm doing this what's going on. But as you can see, I'm moving the camera around. It's got a little light on it. Pretty neat little thing. I got it off Amazon. We'll see how well it does. But anyway, so I'll see y'all at the shop, and I'll pick up there. Alright guys, we're here at the shop. I was going to show you all the D150, what's going on with it. So here she is, as you can see. Got some new tail lights and a bed cover on it. Make it look a little better. And I think I had the roll pan on the last time. I don't really remember. But as far as truck, we also got a new dash in here. As you can see, we just took the old, well, no, we took another dash from another truck and kind of made our own. Using the bezel, we just put a piece of sheet metal in there and kind of drilled our holes to make everything fit, but they work pretty good. We got RPM gauge up here. We got, let me pull the lights on real quick. Oh, my ignition's turned off. There we go. You can kind of see everything doing all that stuff. We got fuel level, battery, and that's the oil pressure, tach, and this is actually a GPS based speedometer. See, the GPS is up here. Then we got air fuel ratio, both banks, left and right. We got a boost gauge that has not been used yet. We're gonna fix that. Then we got a fuel pressure gauge, transmission, temp, and water temp. Then I don't think I showed you all that in the last video, but we got us a shifter installed. Make things a little easier. It's gated shifter. Had an issue with using this thing. I need to take this out. But going from second to third, I like to go into neutral. So this makes that to where it's virtually impossible for that to happen. We also got some lights here, got an ignition switch, Got some switches, got a fuel pump switch and everything on this. We also haven't wired it up yet, but we're going to be putting line locks on this truck because we are going to be doing some track stuff with it. And this is my 2-step button. I would show you all this, but this truck is hurt right now, and I'll get to that in a second. What else we got going on with this? Oh, I got some new headlights put in, or the halo headlights. As you can see, I think it looks pretty good. And this is the 360 it's in it, same as it was. Cleaned up some of the wiring on this, but I haven't really done much up here. But anyway, we'll get to what's wrong with it right now. So let me go ahead and turn this stuff off. Yeah, all right. So I was driving this thing and a bunch of smoke started pouring out of the exhaust pipe. And I stopped it, and then out of this breather cover here, it was just puffing. So I pulled that off. I mean, it was just pumping out like it was something, like it was some compression just leaving. I don't know, it was bad. But anyway, oh, and you can kind of see here, there's been some oil kind of, well, I wiped it off, but yeah, there was oil splashing around here, kind of leaking down. But anyway, I was going to get this on video, but I completely forgot. But I can attach a picture to it because I did take a picture of all these cylinders. We did have a cylinder that is leaking. It, well, not really leaking. It didn't build compression at all. I think it made 20 PSI in compression. All the other ones are pretty good. That one obviously not. That was number 3 cylinder. But all these on this side were between 150, 170. Then the same on this side, except for that one. That was at 20. And we think we know what's going on there. It looked kind of milky. So I got a little camera stuck in there, and then it looked kind of milky on the side walls, like on the cylinder walls. So we'll see if I can show you all that real quick. So hopefully y'all can see what I'm seeing right now. I got the little headset thing on, so hopefully we can do this. But as you can see, I got the spark plug out, and I got my little camera thing. We're gonna stick it in there, and I'll show y'all what is going on with this cylinder. So, well, bear with me here. Alright. So, if you can see down in there, there's a lot of crap on this piston. As you can see. I don't know how well y'all can see out on video. This thing's kind of hard to see sometimes. But yeah, that's not good. Kind of looks like there might be some scuff marks on the sides of the cylinder walls. I'm not real sure yet. We are going to be pulling the heads off, so we'll see more of what's going on in there whenever we get there. But I can tell you, we had to bump this thing over so we could see the cylinder walls a little better. Whenever I first stuck this thing in here earlier, it looked like antifreeze, well, a coolant and oil mixture, because it was all milky looking, running down the side of the cylinder. And I'm not real sure if those are just bubbles that I'm seeing there, but it kind of looks like there might be a metal or something on this. I'm not real sure. Hopefully it's nothing too bad and we can reuse this motor. Hopefully it didn't hurt it too bad. But we're thinking head gasket as of right now. The good news is I do have another head gasket for this truck. because I don't know if I mentioned it before in any of my other videos, but we are going to be boosting this thing. Not sure exactly if we're going to be going with a stroker kit and boosting it, or, well, we might do both. Because my plan here, let me get this thing where I can see y'all. All right, disregard my bad hair day. Let me put a hat on. But all right, that's better. So my plan with this thing, what I'd like to do is take this motor, and as you've seen there, we got a problem. It's got low compression. Hopefully it's fixable, and if it is, if it's nothing that we're gonna have to completely tear the motor down for, just take the heads off maybe. I'm gonna have this thing down to where intake's gonna be off of it, heads are gonna be off of it, you know, all the stuff's gonna be off of it. So I was thinking about this. I'm thinking about going to EFI. Now, I know it's a lot of people don't like going EFI on these because there's not really a good option for intakes and such stuff like that. But I figure with boost, it would be ideal to have EFI. I know they make carburetors and stuff that you can run, and you can even do stuff with the 750s. But the price is, I don't know. I just don't really want to mess with the whole making the 750 into a boost ready and all that, and I can just throw EFI on it and you call it a day. And then the blow through carbs are super expensive. I was looking at them. I know I could probably find one if I really waded around and tried to look. I could probably find one, but then the tune's not going to be right for this truck and all that, you know. So I went ahead and I bought this. I'm going to be running the HP EFI on this. Now, this is just the ECU. I'm gonna have to get the wiring harness. But I picked this up $1,000 from a guy on Facebook. And this is what we're gonna be running. Now my buddy called me up the other day and he said that since this motor is hurt, one of my other buddies mentioned it to him that my motor was hurt. Well, he said he's got a 98 Ram that's got a 360 in it. He said I could have it if I pulled it. So my plan here is, like I was saying, is I'm gonna already have this thing down to just the short block, pretty much. So I can go ahead and put all the EFI stuff on it and get it ready. And then while I get this one ready and get it set up for boost, I'll probably end up boosting it with the fuel injection. And I might just throw the kegger on it for now. We got a couple of them sitting over here. Because my dad's also got a motor he's working on. I think I mentioned that once before. It's under that little trash bag right there. And that's going to be going in the 75 Duster. See the heads are right there and all this stuff. But there's the old Demon. Yeah, we're not sure what we're going to do with that yet. May Hemi swap it, or might even put this motor in there. I don't know. For right now, we're not real sure about that. But I do know that if everything goes to plan, I'm wanting to get that motor from that guy I was talking about and put a stroker kit in it so we can make it a 408, and probably just going to use the stock heads because if I'm boosting it, I don't see a reason to put different heads on it. We'll just turn the boost up if we need more boost. But yeah, so that's the plan. But I would really like to boost this motor because the head gaskets that I already have are Cometic head gaskets, and I also have head studs for this thing. I just haven't put them on yet because I was planning on doing this later on down the road, but with all the series events that happened recently, I may just throw the EFI on this one, get it all set up, and then do some stuff with this, a little bit of boost, and then in the meantime be working on a stroker motor to throw in this thing. But it'd be nice to have everything else set up, that way I can just kind of throw it in there whenever we're ready for it and still have something to do while I'm doing that. You know, I can still drive this thing around and make some content for you guys. And yeah, there's also something else I wanted to mention about this truck. So if you're not aware, I live here in Kentucky, and they have this event called Moparty every year. And well, for the past 3 or 4 years, I'm not sure. It's been a few years now. But we attend that every year, and part of the package that I bought the little car show package thing, and I just thought it'd be kind of cool. But it came with a dyno run, like it was free, and they have like a trailer dyno there, so we did that. And well, I'll show you what the results were on this truck. And now I don't know I think I've already talked about everything with this truck. It's a 214, 218 duration cam. It's got 533 lift intake, 539 lift exhaust, 109 lobe separation angle. Got the 750 double pumper on it. I don't think I mentioned that actually. Last time I was on the channel, I had a vacuum secondary in it. I did switch to the double pumper, and that was a very helpful thing to do as far as tuning, because there's got to be something wrong with that vacuum secondary I was using, or maybe I just don't know how to tune it, but never could get it right. It just always had some type of hiccup somewhere. No matter what I did, it always wouldn't act right. And I asked some people online, you know, on the forums and stuff, and they were all like, "Oh, keep the vacuum secondary, you'll regret it. You know, it's great for street driving and all that," which it may be. I mean, but for me, it definitely was not. The 750 just was way better with the double pumper. It was just way better. I don't know. It didn't take very long at all to get it running pretty dang good. With just tuning it. I mean, and I never had an issue out of that. I mean, it always pulled strong, didn't have near as many hiccups. There was a few when I first started, you know, but it didn't take no time at all to get that sorted out. And now it really does. It runs pretty good. I mean, it's not a race truck or nothing right now, but it ran pretty good for what it was. But anyway, I'll show you all the dyno results real quick. I know y'all might be wanting to see that. So here's the curve, and we made 253 horsepower at 4,900 RPM. Then 299, not 300, but 299 torque at 3,800. Not sure why my camera's not focusing right there, and there's the graph, as you can see. And I had the timing light set actually pretty good for the shift light. I had that set pretty good. I had it at 5,400, and that looks like it's right about where it dropped off at, maybe 5,300, but we're pretty close on that. But anyway, so that's pretty good. I mean, now at first, when I first got this, I was kind of disappointed, you know, at 253, like what the heck, you know, but I really don't think it's that bad. I mean, all I got with this thing is, like I said, it's got that cam that I mentioned earlier, stock bottom end. It's got the intake on it, and the double pump carburetor, and, well, headers. Those are just some swap headers. They're long tubes, but yeah, I mean, I think it ran pretty good. Oh, we had the cutouts open during that as well. Forgot to mention that, but we did. But I mean, for what it is, I'd say that's all right. I mean, I was pretty happy with it after I kind of considered, you know, I got a pretty big stall on this thing. I don't know how much it's losing through the drivetrain, but and then it's got the 323 gear, which I don't think that really matters on a dyno. But yeah, I don't know, but it just kind of gave me a reason to want to boost this thing and put some more respectable numbers up there. But for what this thing is and how much I paid to do all this, I mean, that ain't bad numbers at all. I mean, this is to the wheels, so I'm not really going to make a guesstimation on how much it is to the crank. I really don't know, but I'm pretty happy with it, though. I mean, even if those numbers look kind of bad, I can tell you just from riding in it that it's got enough to make it fun. But anyway, now you might be able to tell here that we got some caked rubber up in here. Yeah, so it's got enough to spin them, and that's all I really wanted. But anyways, but in the future, whenever we do actually go with the stroker and the turbo and all that, I'm hoping we can see 500 at the wheels. I may be too much. I may be thinking, oh, I'm way out of the ballpark here, but I think it's definitely attainable with a stroker kit, and then we could run, I don't know, 12, 13 pounds of boost. I think we could get that number. I mean, theoretically, at like 14.7, your horsepower usually doubles. So, I mean, we would see, with this motor, based off of that, we would probably see somewhere between probably like 400 wheel horsepower at 14 pounds of boost with this, with the motor it's in now. So I don't see why a 408 stroker with that much boost wouldn't make 500. I feel like it definitely would, especially since we have forged internals. I could crank it up even more if I had to, which I probably won't, but you know, we'll see whenever we get there what it makes, and we're definitely going to hit that dyno again whenever she's all ready for it. And we may hit it before then too. Like I said, I may boost this motor the way it is, and we might see what that does. But stay tuned and we'll see. Hopefully I can get some more fun videos out there of making some hits in this thing or something. But for now, we're kind of at a standstill with this. I'll make some videos. We pull the heads off and everything, get a better look. I'll keep y'all updated on what's going on with it. But that's it for now. Yep. All right. Well, I'll see y'all in the next video.